Hey there, everybody out there on YouTube. This is Chelsea. Just popping on here again. I wanted to share a little bit of information, talk a little bit about meditation. And, if there's anybody out there who has never meditated before or struggles in meditating, I wanted to offer some encouragement and some tips that I use and that have been helpful for me. Meditation is so important. I feel it has been for myself, and the people in my life who use it certainly agree. And, everybody talks about meditation, and I don't know that everybody always understands what it really is or what the purpose of it is. And for me, meditation is all about clearing my mind completely of anything having to do with my day-to-day life, or really anything that has to do with this world. Clear my mind of all of that and connect directly with Source, Spirit, Creator, God, however you define that all-being power of love, and my angels and my guides. I have several spirits, I guess we would say, several souls in other dimensions that support me and protect me and inspire me and love me, and I've come to know some of them very well through meditation. And so again, it's just a way to let all of kind of the BS of the world go, all of your fears, anxieties, troubles, and just get very, very quiet and clear and really connect with your guides, with God, with your higher self, and really all the parts of you that know the truth, and kind of see the bigger picture and can help you clear, heal, manifest, all of it. So anyway, I've been very, very blessed in this area of my life. My dad taught me to meditate when I was really young, like 4 or 5 years old. He had a really cool technique. Maybe I'll share that in another video one time, but it was very simple, and he laid the foundation for me at a really young age. So although I haven't meditated or used meditation consistently throughout my whole life, I have used it off and on, and I have the baseline, always had the baseline, so when I needed it, I could use it. And I feel very blessed for that because it's so powerful and so transformative. And also, it's not easy. I don't think that meditation, especially in the world that we're living in right now, with just how busy we are and how many distractions there are, and all the really heavy, intense stuff that's going on, I don't think it's very easy for any of us to clear our mind and to go within and to just really focus on quiet. We're not used to doing that. So I know it's hard, and it makes me sad a little bit that more people aren't able to develop sort of these muscles, because it's so helpful. And I really believe that the more people who are meditating and going within and healing and then living from their heart space, the quicker we're going to transform this world into sort of a new earth, a new way of being. So I really want to help anybody out there who might stumble across, this video and get a little bit of insight into maybe how to practice meditation a little bit easier. All right, let's see. Here we go. Let's see. Tips on meditating. Well, the first thing that I just want to say is I want to encourage everybody, not to psych yourself out. When somebody recommends meditation, or you get the intuitive kind of push that, maybe this is something I should try or start doing more often, don't psych yourself out in thinking that because you're a beginner, or because you don't have a ton of practice, or because you haven't done it in a long time, that you're not good at it, you're not going to be able to do it, it's not going to work for you anyway. push all of that aside. Yes, it takes a lot of practice. I mean, to be like Ram Dass or, one of the monks at the monastery, I imagine, takes a lot of practice to get to that space, and that's not what every one of us needs to be asking of ourselves, obviously. So just keep it simple, keep at it, be kind to yourself, and if you carve a little bit of time out every single day, or several times a week if you can, 3 or 4 maybe, even 5 to 10 minutes, start there. Don't make it a big deal. A little bit, start working it into however else you take care of yourself, work it into your routine a little bit, and just start there. Keep it simple. Don't psych yourself out. It doesn't need to be a huge big deal. Let's see. Number 2, and this is just number 2 as far as my list. It's in no order or anything. I just want to make sure to get these points out to you guys. Start with focusing on your breathing. A lot of people, I think, hear of these meditations and all these visions people get and all these fancy chakra clearings and visualizing this and doing that. Yes, all of that is certainly part of it once you get, once people are a little bit more advanced and they're exploring those things. But really, the easiest way to start meditating or to start practicing, strengthening that again, if you've fallen out of practice for a while, I think is just by focusing on breath. So if I'm having, I meditate pretty regularly now, but when I fall off track and I don't get the time to, and I need to kind of get back in the groove of it, I just focus on my breath. And when any distractions, thoughts, images, emotions, whatever come in and try and distract me, I don't let myself get too worked up about it, get all frustrated with myself that I've been distracted. I really just continue to focus on my breath, let any distractions, thoughts, images, whatever it is, come into my mind and then pass right out. Just kind of observing them with no emotion. Just kind of like, hey, there you are. Of course you're there. You're a thought. I'm a human. Humans have thoughts in their brain all day long. No big deal. Hi. Bye. I'm meditating. I'll address you later, Just kind of focusing on the breath, staying calm, being kind with yourself. It's going to take a while before I believe most people see that it takes a while before they're able to really be fully quiet, fully in the present for their whole meditation. So please, please be easy on yourself. I think that's probably one of the points where people give up because they just cannot keep their mind quiet. So just in the beginning, practice acknowledging that you can't keep it quiet, observing the thoughts and letting them pass through. All right, number 3, here I'm just talking about kind of how to visualize the breath, and this can be really simple, a 5-minute meditation where you just go into it with the intention, I'm going to be really easy on myself, I'm going to give this a try for 5 minutes. Focus on your breath, breathe in something, a color that is beautiful to you and that makes you feel good and supported and loved. I like to breathe in like a pink mist, sometimes a light pink mist that symbolizes God's unconditional love. I like to breathe in white light sometimes, gold shimmering light. Sometimes I breathe in green shimmering light for healing, so it can be whatever makes you feel good. It can change every day if you want it to, depending on how you're feeling or what's needing to be dealt with or worked through. So I like to, again, visualize an in-breath of usually a color with one intention, like I am breathing in this energy of unconditional love, and then on the out-breath, visualizing something that can kind of symbolize something that's a little heavier, right? Like fear or anxiety or self-doubt or whatever it might be. So in with the unconditional love and out with the fear, and then picturing maybe the out breath in a different color, maybe a duller color, a gray, or a real dark blue or something. I don't like to get too crazy, but really just making the distinction between the two different intentions, breathing in the good, breathing out the bad, and trusting that, your specific team of angels and spiritual helpers are going to take that intention and they're going to do the work for you. So, and again, guys, this can be 5-10 minutes. Really, really easy, simple. Sometimes I also like to focus on my out breath of, maybe I'm going to be breathing out cloudy, gray, cloudy fear energy. And then once it leaves my body and sort of leaves the area of my aura, I like to visualize that energy turning into something that this earth or God can use to make things better. So, I hope that my experiences and my fears and my anxieties and the things that I'm working through consciously, that energy can be turned into something good. So sometimes I'll picture, the energy turning into butterflies or turning into wildflowers, whatever. You can get creative with it, but it can also just be really super simple and something that feels good to you, and it feels like really what your being is needing to relax, calm down, to heal. Ask your guides for help too if you don't know what might be helpful for you in these processes. Just ask for support and trust that it will come, the information will come to you as you're ready to receive it. Number 4, I wrote down just if you like to meditate with music, just making sure that you're picking a healing tone or nature music that makes you feel really, really peaceful and balanced. There's a lot of information out there about different hertz and tones, and what different types of music use the different tones, so you can do a little research on that if you're interested. But music without words, unless it's mantras, are the best for me. So I love, again, like healing tones, nature sounds, flutes, drums, anything like that. And then mantras are really nice too. Sometimes if I am feeling anxious during a meditation, which, can happen a lot, even if we practice, this year alone, I've been meditating every single day since January 1st. But I still have, often I have nights or days where I try to get into the zone and I just can't, and I just feel anxious and I feel like I don't want to do it, and I know that I need to because it always is helpful and it always rebalances me and connects me, but it's hard sometimes still. So in those moments, sometimes I'll just close my eyes and visualize myself holding hands with one of my strongest supports, in the other dimensions, which for me this year is Jesus. I'm 33, and Jesus was also, lived to be 33, I believe. I think there's a couple different opinions out there, but anyhow, I've connected with Jesus very much this year, his energy of unconditional love and compassion. I believe that's what we're witnessing a return of. I think right now we're going through a lot of negativity and upheaval and sort of like a purge of the darkness, but I believe that's only because Jesus' love is returning. But I guess that's a whole nother subject. My point is using your guides' love and comfort in your meditations. If you can visualize or feel what it feels like to hug your grandmother or another past, loved one. My grandmother is definitely one of my guides. She shows up for me every meditation, usually wearing the same really pretty pink dress. But I have several, and they change sometimes too, depending on what I'm going through or working on. So reach out, ask for comfort. And if you don't know or recognize or relate to visualizing things in this way, just really pray to whatever energy it is that supports you to help you find your way, and you will. Again, guys, I wrote it down like 4 times. Just keep it simple. Don't put pressure on yourself. You don't have to be in, meditation for hours and hours in order for it to be helpful. Not at all. Definitely always set intentions. I'm getting better and better about doing this. But, I am, here to connect with the spiritual realm. And, please send me some support for healing, forgiveness, for love, for my anxiety, whatever it is. Set a small intention. And, invite your guides, invite Creator, invite your angels in. We always need to do that. Our spiritual supports, I believe, are ladies and gentlemen, meaning they don't interfere unless they have our permission. So pray, ask for their help. Again, that doesn't have to be fancy. I talk to God all day long, and just like I'm talking to you, really talking through this video recorder. So I think that we've been tricked into believing that all of this stuff is more complicated than it is. It's all right here with us. We just have to access it, and really with intention, and that's about it. So set intentions and ask for support. I also recommend setting a sacred space. As you guys can see, I have a few more of my little items out here. I switch it up, and I just love filling my home and my space with beautiful, supportive things that have good energy and vibrations about them. So start picking, if you don't already have sort of an altar space or some things around your home that really help make you feel peaceful and help you make your intentions clear again, and remind you really what you're doing when you're taking this sort of time out to care for yourself. Let's see. Oh my gosh, I have so much more. I will get through this quick. Let's see. Number 9, I wrote down, don't be afraid to use guided meditations. I think, again, sometimes people just think, I don't know, either it's not going to work for them, or because they're so distracted that it's just pointless. I mean, or that they should be able to, suddenly magically meditate for hours and hours all on their own with no guide, no support, no practice. No. Don't be afraid to use guided meditations. When I started meditating consistently again, like several years ago, after really not for a long time as like a teenager and a young college student, which was probably when I needed to be meditating the most. When I stepped back into it, it took me, it took some practice. It really, really did. So, and I still use guided meditation sometimes. Again, if I'm having a really hard time balancing and concentrating and just getting in the zone, I'll turn on guided meditations. I sleep at nighttime with guided meditations and hypnosis sometimes. So don't be afraid to use them. There's all kinds. YouTube has a bunch. There's all kinds of apps that have them. You can pick 5-minute, 10-minute, 15-minute. You can pick what subject it focuses on or what healing it focuses on. So all kinds of really cool stuff out there. Don't be afraid to explore. Don't put too much pressure on yourself to do it for too long. 5 minutes is beneficial, guys. closing your eyes and focusing on your breath for 60 seconds is beneficial. Do that throughout your day. Picture your energy being protected, and anything you can really think of that would be helpful to you in this way. Try to integrate it into your day, even if it's just for a few minutes at a time. It's still very, very powerful and helpful. And it's sort of like keeping the gateway open for your guides and your angels and your supports, God, to just keep supporting you and keep guiding you and keep throwing you breadcrumbs and little clues here and there. So whatever feels right, and whenever your inner guidance is telling you to rebalance, to refocus and connect, just take a few minutes. Number 11, I wrote down, be persistent. Do it every single day. Make that commitment to yourself. I know, even in the shower, guys, brushing your teeth, driving, well, I'm sorry, don't meditate fully on when you're driving around, please, but you can do some visualizations, you can pray when you're driving, whatever. Take that little bit of time, do it every single day. I promise you guys will see huge payoffs. There's unbelievable things have happened in my life that I've been shown, I understand, all due to my meditative practices. And I'm now at a point where my meditations are very spontaneous, and it's just a really beautiful thing. It's helped me, I feel, heal physically, emotionally, spiritually. I can't recommend it enough, and I just hope that every single person in the whole world will take this time to connect to their higher selves and to Source, because there is so much beautiful stuff going on that we're very unaware of unless we tap into it and we ask for our curiosity in that way to be supported, and it will be. So you'll learn about yourself, you'll learn about this world, you'll learn about the afterlife, you will learn about things that you may never have expected were true or even possible to imagine. So if anybody has questions or anything else to add on the subject, please feel free to comment, and appreciate everyone. I hope everyone has a wonderful night, and talk to you soon, I hope. Bye.